I'm ready to give my review on the Garmin Cadence Sensor 2. First, I want to say I did record an unboxing video for you guys originally when it first came. What you're about to find out is how it went horribly wrong trying to set it up. What I thought was going to be a 5 to 10 minute process turned into an hour and 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll be showing clips from the unboxing from my GoPro 9 as I walk you guys through the overall review for the Cadence Sensor 2, the pros, the cons, the setup, things you should know that they don't tell you. I'm Vic, I'm a Leo, I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I trek. If you're afraid to play with the big dogs, stay at home. That's more like it, baby. Let's take a look what we got. So the sensor itself is pretty tiny, very tiny, very. The plastic band options, 3 of them all come in a plastic bag and some cool instructions. Okay. Ooh. She's tiny. I have been riding with this for a couple weeks now. I ordered it on November 29th from Amazon.com, shipped Amazon Prime, got here December 2nd, so about 3 days. The reason why I wanted to purchase a Cadence sensor was I was really just curious. I love looking at my stats. I wanted to know, what is my cadence? How many revolutions per minute am I doing out there? Garmin is a trusted, well-known brand. They make a lot of GPS tracking devices for sports and whatnot. A lot of people said it was really easy to mount it, really seamless to connect it and get going with it. So that's really what made me purchase it. I did read through a lot of Amazon.com reviews, and I did read a lot of Garmin's websites reviews. Most of the Amazon reviews were a mess. I read something that said there was a piece of paper behind the battery that you needed to remove first to make sure it worked, and that was something that was not clear in the instructions. So I took mental note of that, like, all right, remove the paper from the battery. There's the paper right there. That's interesting. I can't get it out. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but the reviews said, oh, that might have been there just so that you can get the battery in and out. Oh. Basically, the paper was there so that if you need to get the battery out, you don't have to like use a screwdriver or something to pluck it out. You can just lift that little flap of paper and the battery flies out. So you do not need to remove the paper. That was clearly some idiot who said that. The other thing I read was you need the Garmin Connect app to connect the sensor to. I've already downloaded the Garmin Connect app, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up now. I've already made an account. I've already registered to my Relive app, so we're ready to go. I'm gonna add this device now. It's asking me to select my device, and I'm going through the list of devices, which Garmin has some shit of devices. I type in cadence, nothing. I type in sensor, like 3 different Garmin sensors come up, one being the Garmin speed sensor, which we're gonna talk about in just a second. I came very quickly to the conclusion that the Cadence Sensor 2 does not connect to the Garmin Connect app. And I did see some people talking about that in reviews too, saying that's so weird that a Garmin device can't connect to the Garmin Connect app. That makes no sense, because the Garmin speed sensor, which is very similar to this size wise, just a different shape, and they even sell them in a pair. You can buy a bundle where it's one box that comes with the cadence sensor and the speed sensor together for like 70, 80 bucks, or you could just buy them individually. As I continue Googling, it's like you need to get a third-party app if you want to be able to connect. Found like 3 apps that it recommended. One of them was called Strava. So I downloaded that, made an account, all to find out that if you want to connect a Garmin device to the Strava app, you have to pay for a monthly or weekly or annual subscription of some sort. You gotta pay up if you want to connect a Garmin device. So I'm like, okay, no. At that point, I didn't even want to try the other 2 third-party apps that were suggested. I said, okay, you know what? Let me see if I can connect the device directly to my Apple Health app, my Apple phone. Which brings me to my final point, and also like the biggest message I hope to give to anyone if they purchase the Garmin Cadence Sensor 2. If you have an Apple Watch, you can connect the device directly to your watch. You don't need a third-party app. You don't need the Garmin Connect app. You can unbox this, mount it to your bike, and open up your Bluetooth settings on your watch. As you start pedaling or rotating the crank arm, you can like put it on the pedestal and rotate the crank arm backwards. It will pop up on your Bluetooth list as a device that you can select and connect to. And it's that easy. You select the device. Once it's connected for life. Maybe if it dies and you have to change the battery, you might have to like reconnect it. The only reason I found out about the fact that I could connect the Cadence Sensor to my Apple Watch was just through Googling. I found an article on apple.com and their support. The article listed like it had several different sections, and the section about connecting a third-party sensor to your Apple Watch via Bluetooth was a very tiny section, and I'll show it on screen. I only found it by scrolling and reading, and I was like, wait, this thing is saying I could connect it to my Apple Watch. Once it's connected to your Apple Watch Bluetooth, anytime your Apple Watch is near the sensor, it will automatically connect. And the sensor, in order for it to turn on, it just needs to be rotating on that crank arm. You just need to be pedaling. So as soon as you start pedaling, the device turns on and it starts sending a signal, starts sending data to your Apple Watch. In return, all that data shows up on your iPhone in your workout summary. It will give you an average for the ride. It'll also show you all the way along the ride what your cadence was, how fast you were going, and what your heart rate was. Those are just normal stats that Apple Health provides, the Apple Workout app. All right, so pros about the Garmin Cadence Sensor 2. Seamless is the first thing I'll say. Once you figure out how to connect it, and I'm doing this review so people don't spend an hour and 30 minutes like I did after having read the mess of comments on Amazon. It also surely was beneficial for me as an Apple user, someone who has an Apple iPhone and an Apple Watch. This was seamless for me, and 10 out of 10 would recommend this device to anybody else who relies on the Apple Workout app and their watch to track their workouts. In addition, I also have a third-party app called Relive that I use to track my rides, just as a backup, just in case my watch may accidentally pause when I'm on a ride. My ride is a little bit more technical, so because of that, me having to get on and off the bike or do some sort of weird maneuver, it being on my wrist, it's very easy, it could pause. It does not happen often at all, and normally if it does pause, it will vibrate. It does like a distinctive vibration which alerts you like your watch is paused and you can just swipe and go. Another really cool pro about it is as soon as you get on your bike and you start going, within 1 to 2 minutes, I want to say 60 seconds or so, you get a notification saying whether you are below your average cadence, above your average cadence, or right at your average cadence. And it's a really big notification. You can't miss it. You can just look at your watch and it'll be like below average, and it'll tell you what your cadence is. It's kind of weird that it gives that to you first thing when you've only been on the bike for like 60 seconds, but it kind of kicks me into gear, right? If it's like below average, I'm like, okay, let me pick it up a bit here, because you're not gonna tell me I'm below average. On the box, it does say it has ANC Plus and Bluetooth wireless technology. The biggest pros to me is that I feel the Garmin Cadence Sensor 2 works seamless with the Apple device. I don't need a Garmin computer tracking device. I don't need any other sort of tracking device. All I need is the Cadence Sensor itself and my Apple Watch to be ready to go. As far as cons, Again, those Amazon reviews were a mess, so I hope this video can help someone else out there. All of this took so long because it's not very clear via Garmin or Amazon or anywhere really on the internet as to what devices this can connect to. Of course, if you are a Garmin user and you use Garmin a lot, you would probably think that it would connect to the Garmin Connect app. I don't really know what I'm missing by not being able to connect to the Garmin Connect app because, like I said, my Apple Workout app gives me all the information I could care or need. So maybe they know that. I don't know. If you're a beginner cyclist like myself and you would like to add that additional stat to your tracking, I think it's a great addition. It's only about 40 bucks. And it's really easy to install. There's no screwing. It has rubber bands and you get a set of 3 in a bag that you can wrap around your crank arm and they snap onto the edge of the device and it kind of creates a tension and kind of locks it onto your crank arm. If you're not really sure exactly what cadence you should be aiming for or what is even a good cadence, why should you care? I was kind of like that too. I asked ChatGPT what is a good cadence that I should try to maintain. If you are constantly climbing hills, you want to aim for a cadence of 70 to 90 RPM. If you're on a flat or rolling terrain, you want to aim for an RPM of 80 to 100. And if you're on a technical terrain, which is like rocky, root-filled trails, your cadence may drop to somewhere around 50 to 70 RPM. All in all, personal preference for most cyclists is 60 to 80 RPM. Those who favor higher cadences, 90 to 100, they do that because they feel they conserve energy over longer rides by maintaining that 90 to 100. I don't get that, but ChatGPT ends by saying experiment to find what feels comfortable for you. Initially setting out, I was worried, like I don't know what my RPM is going to be because I was considering the fact I had such a technical terrain. I was hoping at least somewhere between 70 and 80. I also got really good this month in December with pausing my workout whenever I'm doing staircases because sometimes I'm doing staircases with 60 steps. And I noticed because I've been conscientious of pausing my rides when I'm getting off the bike, my speed has jumped up dramatically. I mean, to me it has. Whereas in November, I think my speed averaged at like 10 point something, and this month so far, it's averaging 11.9. What is my cadence after 3 weeks riding with the Cadence Sensor 2? I am currently at 61 RPM. Revolutions per minute. I have hit 90 RPM at some points in my ride, but it also depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing. It gives you the data, but it's up to you to decide what you do with it. I love it. No complaints. Those are my final thoughts. I think it's worth the purchase. It's even better if you have an Apple device. I don't think Garmin and Apple are gonna team up and say that together for the benefit of them. Could be a really great partnership. I'm here to tell you that the Garmin Cadence Sensor 2 pairs seamlessly with the Apple Watch and provides real-time data on your RPM while you're riding. You're able to see your cadence. You get alerts about your cadence when you first start, and you get a very detailed explanation and look at what your RPM is in comparison to your speed, in comparison to your heartbeat. You get daily, weekly, monthly, and even a yearly average of what your RPM, your cadence has been. I say go for it. I am not adding any more stats, I don't think, at this point. It is mid-December, so I am also planning to do one more unboxing video for you guys for something else that I purchased. Be on the lookout for that. Thank you for watching my unboxing video. Please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share your thoughts. Let me know. If you're on the Relive app, I am at VicTrex on there too. So follow me and we can encourage each other. Thanks.